Investing in the stock market, the ultimate casino, where billions and even trillions of dollars are traded every single day, Monday to Friday. But is it just millionaires and billionaires who invest in the stock market? Actually, no. What is happening, people? My name is Robbie, and today I'm going to show you how to invest in the stock market. So I only started investing in the stock market a few years ago. Before this, I thought it was only for rich people who had millions of pounds spare in the bank. I had no idea there were normal people like me or you who were investing in the stock market. I didn't know that pensions often invested in the stock market. I didn't know what index funds were. If I'm being honest, I didn't know a lot. One of the first things I learned when I started trying to teach myself about investing was every trade doesn't have to be millions of pounds. Doesn't even have to be tens of thousands of pounds or thousands of pounds. You don't need to be the Wolf of Wall Street to start investing in companies. Gone are the days where you had to have a spare £10,000. You had to pick up the phone and actually phone the stockbroker, ask them to place the order for you, and then pay a commission for that. You can literally start investing in the stock market for as little as $1 on platforms like Trading212 or Robinhood. You can download an app, create an account, and start investing all from your phone. It's as easy as that. It's almost as simple as clicking the like button on this video. So why would you want to invest in the stock market? Let's say you're working a full-time job and you're managing to set aside £50 per month for savings. You don't have a target that you're saving for. You're not saving for a house deposit, you're not saving for a wedding, you're not saving to start a business, you're just saving because you've been told that it's a good idea to save and have a nice nest egg. But with inflation sitting at around 1.5% this year, that means that essentially everything is worth 1.5% more than last year. It's obviously not as black and white as every single item going up by 1.5%. But let me ask you this, how much did it cost to buy a Freddo when you were 13? I remember it being 10 pence. I think it's now 25 pence. Might even be 30 pence now. I'm actually going to Google this. How much is a Freddo? A Freddo from Sainsbury's, 25 pence, which means for a tenner you can buy 40 Freddos. When I was 13, you could buy 100 Freddos for a tenner. That's inflation. So every year your money can buy a little bit less. How do you combat that? You invest your money in appreciating assets. These include stocks and shares, index funds, crypto in some cases, property, small businesses, precious metals, and the list goes on. Now, of course, don't invest all of your money. Invest what you can afford. Don't leave yourself with zero cash in a bank because you've invested all of it in Tesla and it's now worth 10 or 20% below what you actually paid for it. Investing is a risky game, and of course you could lose money. So be responsible and do a ton of research before you actually buy a stock. Don't go in blindly investing in everything and anything. If you want to do that, buy an index fund and forget about it. However, let's say you're like me and you visit Starbucks 1 or 2 times a day, most days. You're putting a lot of money into Starbucks. So why don't you put some money into Starbucks stock and own a little piece of that company? A very small piece, but a piece nonetheless. You do a lot of research, and I mean serious research, which is a topic in itself and that would require a full-length video. So I'm not going to go into the details of how to research a company in this video. This is just going to be how to actually buy the stock once you've made your decision. Your research helps you come to the conclusion that Starbucks would be a good investment. It's at a price that you would like to buy it at, so you buy it, which is exactly what I did. As you can see here, I own £258.09 of Starbucks stock, and I've made £18.36 on that investment. Now, of course, £18.36 is not going to break the bank. It doesn't even cover the cost of the coffees that I have bought since I bought that stock. The important thing is, it's invested, and a 7.66% return is considerably better than losing 1.5% to inflation. 7.66% is actually pretty decent. You don't need to be making 100% returns on every investment like you see in the cryptocurrency space at the minute. Investing is a long-term game. Slow and steady wins the race. Personally, I don't invest to be rich next year. I'm investing in small increments in stocks that I believe will perform well long-term, so I will have a huge nest egg one day rather than a small nest egg in the savings account that has eroded over time. So now I've explained why you should consider investing. I'm going to invest in a stock right now so you can see the exact process. So I've opened up this app. This is the Hargreaves Lansdown app. This is the platform that I use to invest. You can also use platforms like Trading212, Etoro. There is a lot of different platforms. I just use Hargreaves Lansdown because it's what I'm used to now. They actually charge about £10 per transaction, so they're not the cheapest platform by any means, but they are very trustworthy and they're a big name in the investment space. So I feel comfortable having my money with them, and as the account balance grows, I'll feel comfortable knowing my money's with them. This comes back to when I said do your own research. Make sure that you research each platform, decide which one's best for you, have a look at the fees. Like I mentioned, some platforms don't even charge fees, so those ones might be better for you. There are pros and cons to each platform, so do your own research on this one. But in this instance, we're using Hargreaves Lansdown, and I'll show you the process. There is £317.84 available in my account to invest. At the top, you can see the balance of my full account, that's £5,171.08. Invested is £4,827.27, and then obviously the 317 makes that up to the full account value. So what do I want to invest this £317 in? The third stock down, as you can see a little bit further down, the third stock on the list is Apple. You know Apple, literally Apple, the computer company. Everyone knows Apple. As it stands just now, I hold £432.96 in Apple shares. I want more, so we're going to buy Apple. So I'm going to hit this blue button on the right under action, and it'll bring up this page here, prompting me to add money, withdraw money, or deal now. So I just want to use this £317 in my account, so I'm going to hit deal now. You can see the companies that I've recently viewed: Starbucks, Lucid Group, Apple, Tesla, and AT&T. I could just click Apple, but I'm going to type in Apple in the search bar so you can see how to find it. So we'll search Apple. Now, this is where you've got to be careful. There are a few different options. Apple Hospitality is not the right Apple. There is also leverage shares, which is another layer of complication. We're just sticking with plain old regular Apple shares. So this is the second one on the list. So I'm looking to buy shares, so I'm going to hit buy. And now there are three options. You can either enter the amount that you're looking to invest, including charges. You can enter the amount that you're looking to invest, excluding charges. Or you can just type in the amount of shares that you would want to buy. In this instance, I know the amount of money that I want to invest, so I'm just going to let it factor in the fees with that. So for £317.84, let's find out how many shares I can get for that. £317.84. We'll hit continue and then hit get quote. Now this only lasts for 15 seconds, as you can see, and we're going to get 2 shares for a total value of £229. So I'm going to hit place deal. Deal successfully placed. 2 shares bought at $149.1949. So that's the share price that I've bought it at, and I've bought 2 of those shares. So let's have a look at this screen here. The exchange rate was 0.723. So because Apple is an American company held on an American stock exchange, I have been charged an exchange rate from pounds into dollars. So as you can see in the second row, price is actually £107.87 per share. So the total was £215.74. It's cost me £11.95 in commission, and also a foreign exchange charge of £2.16. So the foreign exchange charge and the commission fee has totaled £14.11. For a £215.74 order, that's a 6.5% fee. So you've got to take these things into account. Realistically, I should have bought more Apple shares there to sort of offset that fee and make the fee a smaller percentage, but for the sake of the video I was just using the balance that was in my account. So realistically, I need my Apple shares to go up by 6.5% before I broke even there. This is where you've got to really analyse how much money you're actually looking to invest. Realistically, for a couple £100, you probably shouldn't use a platform that charges you such high fees, because you're basically just giving money away. But this video was primarily to show you how simple it is to buy a stock, and as you've seen, that took a few minutes. It did not take long to get invested into whatever stock I chose. The same applies on any platform. If you're using a platform that doesn't charge fees, a platform that does, if it's £10,000, if it's £100, if it's £10, the actual process of buying a stock is considerably quicker than it used to be, and there is so much more access to the market for unexperienced individuals who are just looking to get involved, invest a little bit of money, and sort of try it out. This obviously isn't financial advice, and I can't stress enough how much research you should do before buying a stock, but once you've made the decision and you want to start investing, it's so easy to get involved as long as you're careful on how much you're investing and how much you're willing to lose potentially. If, for example, that £215 that I just invested in Apple went to zero, which is unlikely, how likely is it that Apple are going to go bankrupt? Quite unlikely, but I am prepared for that £200 to go to zero. I have enough money set aside in other places to keep myself going. I don't need that money to spend. I don't need that money to pay my bills. It's surplus money that I have invested for the future. I also don't anticipate that £215 going to £400 anytime soon. As mentioned before, I've invested that for long term. Personally, I like Apple products. I have an iPhone, a MacBook, my girlfriend has a MacBook, an iPad. Every phone I've had for about 7 years, 8 years, maybe 9 years have been iPhones. So I believe in the product and I believe in the company. This is part of my investing philosophy, is do I believe in the company? I don't really believe in looking at charts personally. I'm not an investment analyst. I just invest in companies that I believe will do well in the future. This is where you need to do your own research, establish your own investing techniques, your own strategies, and how you want to tackle the market. But this could be the video that you credit one day with how you ended up with £1 million in your account. I seen a YouTube video years ago by some guy called Robbie Corbett, and after I seen that video, I bought my first share in Amazon. If that's the case, make sure that you tell people to come and visit my channel. Hopefully the channel's still here, and hopefully my portfolio is massive as well. But I'll call it a day there on the stocks and shares front. Relatively simple video this week, nothing too complicated. And as I said before, make sure you do your own research on the stocks that you want to invest in, the platform that you want to use, and how much that you're willing to invest. These are all very important factors in investing before you even deposit a single pound. Make sure you establish what your game plan is before you start. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for future videos, and I will see you next week. Take it easy.